Imagine a world without cars. It might seem strange to us now, but for centuries, this was the reality. Before the roar of engines and the hum of electric motors, there were horses. Horses were the backbone of transportation. From humble carts to elegant carriages, they pulled people and goods across towns and countries. These horse-drawn carriages were a common sight. They were a familiar part of everyday life. But they were not without their problems. Horses needed constant care, feeding, and rest. Journeys were slow and often uncomfortable. The smell, well, let's just say it wasn't pleasant. The world was ripe for a change. People dreamed of faster, cleaner, and more efficient ways to travel. Little did they know that a revolution was brewing, one that would change the world forever. The 18th century saw the dawn of the Industrial Revolution. This monumental period marked a significant turning point in human history, fundamentally altering the way societies functioned and economies operated. This period of rapid technological advancement transformed societies across the globe. Innovations in machinery and production processes led to unprecedented levels of productivity and efficiency. New machines were invented, factories sprung up, and people flocked to cities in search of work. The shift from agrarian economies to industrial powerhouses was swift and profound, reshaping the social fabric of nations. This period of intense innovation laid the groundwork for the invention of the automobile. The seeds of modern transportation were sown during these transformative years, setting the stage for future advancements. One of the key advancements of this era was the steam engine. This powerful invention became the driving force behind many industrial processes, revolutionizing the way goods were produced and transported. Invented by James Watt in 1776, the steam engine provided a powerful new source of energy. Watt's improvements to the steam engine made it more efficient and practical for widespread use. It revolutionized industries like mining, manufacturing, and transportation. The steam engine's ability to provide consistent and reliable power transformed these sectors, leading to increased production and economic growth. The steam engine wasn't just a machine, it was a symbol of progress. It represented the dawn of a new era where human ingenuity and technological prowess could overcome natural limitations. It represented humanity's ability to harness the power of nature and use it to shape the world. The steam engine's impact was felt far and wide, influencing various aspects of daily life and societal development. The steam engine's success in powering factories and ships sparked a new idea. Innovators began to wonder if this powerful invention could be adapted for personal transportation, leading to the birth of new concepts and designs. Could this powerful invention be used to create a new form of personal transportation? The idea of moving beyond horse-drawn carriages to steam-powered vehicles began to take hold, inspiring inventors and engineers. Could we move beyond horses and carriages and into a new era of travel? The vision of a future where steam-powered vehicles could revolutionize personal and commercial transportation was becoming a reality, paving the way for the modern automobile industry. As the steam engine gained traction, inventors across Europe and America turned their attention to a new challenge, creating a self-propelled vehicle. These early pioneers were driven by a desire to break free from the limitations of horse-drawn transportation. They envisioned a future where people could travel faster, farther, and with greater freedom. Their efforts led to the creation of several steam-powered vehicles. These early contraptions were often crude and impractical. They were heavy, difficult to control, and prone to breakdowns. But they represented a crucial step forward. They demonstrated that creating a self-propelled vehicle was possible. The challenge now was to refine the technology and make it practical for everyday use. These early attempts may have been flawed, but they ignited a spark of innovation. They showed the world that a horseless carriage was not a fantasy, but a real possibility. The race was on to create a vehicle that was reliable, efficient, and accessible to the masses. Section 4. Cugnot's contraption, the world's first automobile. In the annals of automotive history, one name stands out as the creator of the world's first self-propelled vehicle, Nicolas Joseph Cugnot. In 1769, this French military engineer unveiled his groundbreaking invention, a massive, steam-powered tricycle designed to transport artillery. Cugnot's creation, known as the fardier à vapeur, steam dray, was a far cry from the sleek, modern cars we know today. It was a lumbering behemoth, weighing several tons and capable of carrying only a few passengers at a time. Its massive front wheel housed both the boiler and the engine, giving it a distinctive, almost comical appearance. While Cugnot's invention was a remarkable feat of engineering, it was plagued by practical problems. Its steam engine was inefficient and difficult to control. It could only travel at a snail's pace, and its range was extremely limited. After a series of mishaps, including a crash into a wall, Cugnot's project was abandoned. Despite its shortcomings, Cugnot's steam-powered tricycle holds a place of honor in automotive history. It was the first tangible proof that a self-propelled vehicle could be built. It paved the way for future inventors to refine and improve upon his design. The fardier à vapeur was not just a technical marvel, but also a symbol of human ingenuity and ambition. Cugnot's vision was to create a vehicle that could move independently, without the need for horses or other animals. This was a revolutionary idea at the time, and it captured the imagination of many. The steam engine, which was the heart of Cugnot's tricycle, worked by heating water to create steam, which then powered the engine. This was a complex and innovative mechanism, especially considering the technological limitations of the 18th century. Steam engines were already being used in other applications, such as pumping water and powering mills. But using one to propel a vehicle was a novel concept. Cugnot's design was both ambitious and ahead of its time. When Cugnot's tricycle was first demonstrated, it drew considerable attention. People were fascinated by the idea of a vehicle that could move on its own. However, the practical challenges soon became apparent. The tricycle was difficult to steer, and its massive size made it unwieldy. The rough and uneven roads of the time were not suited for such a heavy and cumbersome vehicle. Additionally, the steam engine required frequent stops to build up enough pressure to move the tricycle, making long-distance travel impractical. Despite these challenges, Cugnot's tricycle remains an important milestone in the history of transportation. It demonstrated that self-propelled vehicles were possible and laid the groundwork for future innovations. Today, we take for granted the convenience and efficiency of modern automobiles, but it all began with Cugnot's steam-powered tricycle. His invention was the first step in a long journey of technological advancements that have transformed the way we travel. Following Cugnot's pioneering work, many inventors and engineers continued to experiment with self-propelled vehicles. Each new design brought improvements and refinements, gradually leading to the development of the internal combustion engine and the modern car. Today, we are witnessing another revolution in automotive technology with the rise of electric and autonomous vehicles. These advancements are a testament to the enduring legacy of pioneers like Nicolas Joseph Cugnot, whose vision and determination set the stage for the future of transportation. As we look back on the history of the automobile, it's important to remember the humble beginnings and the incredible journey that has brought us to where we are today. Cugnot's steam-powered tricycle may have been slow and cumbersome, but it was the spark that ignited a revolution in transportation. And so, the legacy of Nicolas Joseph Cugnot and his fardier à vapeur lives on, reminding us of the power of innovation and the endless possibilities that lie ahead. Section 5. Steam's shortcomings, a roadblock to progress. While steam-powered vehicles showed early promise, they were not without their significant drawbacks. They faced a number of limitations that hindered their widespread adoption and practical use in everyday life. One major challenge was their reliance on steam engines, which were far from ideal for personal transportation. These engines were bulky, heavy, and required a significant amount of time to build up steam pressure before they could even move. The construction process was labor-intensive and costly, adding to the overall impracticality. Another significant drawback was their limited range, which severely restricted their usability. Steam engines guzzled fuel at an alarming rate, making them inefficient and costly to operate over long distances. They required frequent stops to replenish their water and coal supplies, which was not only inconvenient, but also time-consuming. This made them impractical for long journeys, as the need for constant refueling and maintenance breaks disrupted travel plans. These technical limitations meant that steam-powered vehicles were not suitable for everyday transportation needs. They were more of a novelty than a practical solution. Beyond their technical limitations, steam-powered vehicles also faced significant social and economic challenges that further hindered their adoption. They were expensive to manufacture and maintain, putting them out of reach for most people. The high cost of production meant that only the wealthy could afford them. Maintenance was another major issue. Steam engines required regular and often complex maintenance, which added to the overall cost and inconvenience. Their noise and smoke pollution raised concerns about their suitability for use in densely populated areas. The loud, clanking engines and the billowing smoke were not only a nuisance, but also a health hazard. As the 19th century progressed, the limitations of steam power became increasingly apparent. The world was changing, and the demand for more efficient and practical transportation solutions was growing. Inventors and engineers began to explore alternative power sources, driven by the need for a more efficient, reliable, and practical solution for personal transportation. The quest for better transportation led to the development of new technologies and innovations that would eventually surpass steam power. This period of exploration and experimentation laid the groundwork for the future of transportation, paving the way for the internal combustion engine and, later, electric vehicles.